I have a box full of brand new paper packs, stamp sets, dies, embellishments, and I just cannot wait to get in here and start playing with all this fun new stuff. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. I'm so excited to dig into all the new products that I have to show you. These are from the May through August catalog. I think I maybe have one thing from the online exclusives. I can't show you the inside of this yet, but it does go live May 5th. And if you're in Canada, then you can order from my link that is down below. Now we are going to start with the new in colors and my favorite thing from the in color release. These are the 2026 through 2028 colors. And this is the Pearlized specialty paper. Isn't that gorgeous? You get one sheet of each of the new colors and they are all really pretty. I have an embossing folder that I'm going to show you later, a 3D embossing folder, and I can just imagine all of these embossed with that folder. They are gorgeous. I also picked up these adorable little butterflies. They're actually smaller than I thought they would be, but they are absolutely adorable, and they have this really nice kind of clear effect to them. So I can't wait to put these on some projects. I did pick up a few of these stamp pads. So as you've probably seen floating around the internet, Stampin' Up is changing up their packaging for the stamp pads. These are magnetic pads. And those of you who have been with me since Close to My Heart days, these are the exact dimensions of the Close to My Heart inks. They're the exact same packaging because Stampin' Up purchased the rights to that packaging. They do come shrink wrapped. So if there's any leaking or anything, it'll be safe in here. It's not going to wreck your whole box. These magnetize to each other. The lids magnetize, so you can flip that over. The lid sticks to the base and you can take up less room on your space. If you have any kind of finger issues, these really do help. There's not a foam pad inside these. They are a felt pad, so they will stamp a little bit differently, but we can explore that in depth in another video. If you're wanting to get a little sample of all of the new colors, this is the Heirloom Boutique two-tone cardstock, and it comes with all of them. Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, Peaceful Pine, and then this also has 2 sheets of White Willow. But if you just want a little sampling of all the new colors, this is such a great way to go because you get the two-tone cardstock. So remember that one has full color on one side, lighter color on the other. Gives you lots of options when you're creating. But there is the full palette of that. You can also get the cardstock in full packs, 12 sheets of each color. Now this is the only scrapbooking workshop I have picked up so far. I believe there are 3 in total, and I will do my best to remember to point out which collections also have a scrapbooking workshop kit. If you've never seen these before, I love these. I make these with my customers on Zoom quite a bit. You have the photos, you have the cutting directions, and then tips on assembly and pulling it all together. So you can use the guide if you want to or not. It's up to you. This is the collection that has all the new colors in it, which I think is a great idea. We got 1 sheet of that, 2 sheets of this pattern. And remember, the scrapbooking workshop kits always come with unique papers that are not found in the kit, in like the main DSP pack. And those you can always tell because they have a white backside. So we have this one here, little frame. And when you flip it over, it's white on the backside. So you know these ones were printed just for the kit. And if you want them, you need to order the kit. If you get the pack of DSP, they will not be in there. Same with these two. This quilted pattern. And then of course you always get some cardstock to help you make the kit. You get all the cardstock that you need. Got a sampling of the new colors in here. And then of course some white. And then there's always custom die cuts. These pieces just pop right out like that. And they give you some really good options for adding to your pages. There's usually always good titling options. Some bigger pieces like journaling spots. Lots of florals on this one. And then we have the sticker sheet as well.
You can get the DSP and the sticker sheet separately. You don't have to get the workshop kit to get the sticker sheet, but it does come in there. And then there's always photo placeholders, which are great if you don't have your photos printed and ready to put on your pages yet. Now I just want to mention the Scallop blooms. It is part of the collection suite for the Bloom Boutique. This is Scallop Bloom dies. I didn't get the stamp set that goes with it. It has a bunch of sentiments on it, but I could not resist these scallop circles. You have alternating ones that have a plain scallop and then a scallop with the little piercing detail. So it goes like plain, detailed, right down to a tiny little flower shape. We have some leaves, some little like label and sentiment pieces, a little tag here. But I definitely got it for these circles. They are a nice big size and definitely will work on my pages really well. Next up, we have my favorite collection from the whole catalog. I absolutely love this. Of course, this first page sold me immediately and I knew I had to have it, but there's so much going on in here that I absolutely love. So I'm going to talk through it really quick. This is called Beautiful Ordinary Life. There is a coordinating sticker sheet, which somehow I ended up not getting that one because this was a pre-order after the onstage convention and it wasn't an option to get the sticker sheet, and then I forgot to add another pack to get the stickers. There's also a scrapbooking workshop kit with this paper, which is beautiful as well. So what caught my eye is that this is without a theme. It just screams everyday life to me. It could work for so many things, and I love that you have front and back here, colorful black and white. Colorful black and white in such usable patterns, stripes, hexagons, leaves, polka dots. Like, look at this line design with that ombre on it. It's just gorgeous. This is the collection that I am using for my next workshop guide. It had to be top choice. I was like, we are doing a workshop guide with this. I'm so excited to cut into this and get making. But you could scrapbook so many different things with this, and that is my jam. I could see doing like a week in the life, around the house, and then there's no theme to it, so you could use it for more themed events if you want to. And I know I am going to struggle cutting into this piece because it's just so pretty with that soft, blended kind of inky look to it. Oh, I just love this paper so much. Of course, we have coordinating embellishments. These are the dots, the array of dots that go with it in the coordinating colors. There are also some paperboard embellishments here. So these are going to probably be a little bit hard to see, but I'm going to do my best. So you can see how easily these come out. They just like pop right out of the backer. They are in black, which is going to pop beautifully against those bright colors and the black and white patterns. Hearts, butterflies, florals, super usable shapes that you could use for all kinds of things. And there's so much detail in there. You can see the white shining through. All these little inner parts pop out, and they're just going to add so much to the clusters. There is a stamp and die bundle that goes along with this collection. So we have the Bordered in Beauty, the stamps and the dies, and these coordinate together really well. Just going to pull this out here. You can see there's lots of dies. We got this big long file tab. You can repeat these borders and use them, extend them out, but you can also use them as like little snippets to layer into your clusters, which I am definitely going to be playing with. We got some chevron arrows here. These cut right out of the paper. They don't have like an outline, die cut line around them, so you could cut them into anything that will fit in your die cut machine. We have this nice little label and tag, and these dies match the stamps. So you can die cut a border and then you could also do the coordinating stamps for that border. So let's see if I can get this going the right way. So you can see that zigzag die there cuts out the zigzag stamp, and they're all like that. This little butterfly border, you can see that, is cut out by that die. And so all these fun little designs. Let's look here. All these fun little designs all have coordinating dies to cut them out, which is super fun. And then we have the little labels and everything that match the dies. This is going to be so much fun to play with and layer and add to clusters. I can barely contain myself. You can see why that's going to be my first workshop guide. This one is not part of that suite, but I think it goes perfectly. It looks like it was designed to go with it. It's called Extraordinary Life. We have stamps and dies. I love this beautiful title, noteworthy, a place to make a list. We got a little bit of honeycomb, which also coordinates with that paper. Butterfly, One Fine Day, love it. Top 5, which goes with the 1 through 5 over here. And that, let's look at the dies. So we have this cute little like notebook spot that you can use for journaling. You can also use your 1 through 5 list on there. There is a single line, so you could stamp your own lines or just like write in that open box. And then we have little banner shapes to create a banner with coordinating stamps in here. So many like little tiny images that you can layer together. Big ampersand, this hexagon with a heart in it, and outline hexagon. Those would be fun to layer up together. File tab. I love file tabs. I use those a lot. Other little tabs. We got this little like faux wood frame. Just so many things that are going to be fun to layer up together and play with. Next up, we have the Everyday Essentials. So this goes really nice with the stamps that I just showed you, the stamps and dies. We have a lot of really nice, just everyday sort of papers that could work for all kinds of things. This one I love because we got text and splatter, and it looks like a little piece of washi tape there along the edge. We've got a beautiful floral. Look at that, like notebook paper. This would be great for a school layout, for any kind of layout, just as your full background, to use the full sheet. Look at that with a little bit of splatter. Great backgrounds. Sometimes I struggle if it's not plain enough to use as a whole background. Then I lean on my white cardstock, you know, pretty well. You guys see that in my videos. We got more splatter, stripe with a splatter over top. So you can see this will work for so many different things. It does not have a heavy floral theme to it. We got like 2 patterns here with flowers on them. Lots of stripe, got plaid, polka dots, just really usable patterns. We also have a Here and Now ephemera pack, and this is open because I just busted it out for my last video. I needed a couple of little items for my page, and I went to this. These are like cardstock weight, like a thick cardstock, and they are adhesive on the back. So there's like a split in the back where you can peel off the backing, and then it is sticky, which I love because you can actually push this out of the backer, lay it on your page, move it around, and then when you're ready, you can peel those off the back. So you get 2 sheets of each. Look at those. Like, yes, these are perfect together. The colors match perfectly. We got some title options, lots of journaling options, some wordy bits. And again, everyday life can work with so many different things. I just couldn't resist this because it's such a good match for this collection, and it's those kind of pieces that make your scrapbooking so much faster, where you don't have to go and think about, okay, where's my journaling going? You know, go get the cardstock that coordinates, find a stamp, right? Like that just adds more steps. And sometimes I'm totally here for all those steps because I have a clear picture in my mind of what I want. But sometimes it is so nice just to peel something off and stick it down. Am I right? Next up, I have Paper Medley, and this is half of a pack because I actually got this from my friend Nicole. She won this at Stampin' Up's on-stage event, and she was kind enough to share it with me. So I have a half a pack of it to play with, and as you can see, beautiful, neutral, can be mixed in with so many of the other packs of paper, which is kind of the thought behind it. It's like a pack of mix-ins. We got a denim pattern, which is really nice. Stripes, polka dots, love the black with the white polka dots. Again, another versatile basic. Next up, we have Moonlit Flora. This collection is so beautiful. If you follow Crafty Concepts with Erin, she just did a beautiful layout using this collection. It is amazing. When you see it online, you're like, oh, that looks really cool. But when you see it in person, it's so dimensional. Like the ferns and everything look like they're popping off the page, the way it's created with the shadowing and everything. It is beautiful. And again, it has very neutral back sides. We have like the wow front side, neutral back side that is a lot calmer and easy to use. Love the leaves here. I am hoping that this will work for some of my Alaska trip photos, as well as like summer out exploring type photos. I'm not nearly as outdoorsy as Erin, but you know, we do get out in the summertime and explore and spend time outside. So I am hopeful that I will find some good uses for these papers. Oh, I love that side. Secret Sea, which is like one of my favorite colors. Look at that. Like every single piece is gorgeous. I was not convinced that I needed this pack, but I am so glad that I picked this up. There are some matching embellishments. These are dewdrop embellishments, and they have that like clear, glassy kind of look to them. 3 colors, 2 sizes. And then we have the Fern and Flora, the stamp and the die set. We got a really nice big fern. We got these little line backgrounds, which works really good to add some texture on things. We have some moths, this little frame here, and of course some sentiments. You make the world a better place. I love that one. And then the dies, we have to take these out so you can fully appreciate the dies. Beautiful detailed ferns. These tiny little pieces, I'm thinking those are flower petals. I will have to figure out how those are supposed to go together. But you can see we have like our little frame die there, and all the ones that coordinate with the stamp set, and then the standalone ones, which are always my favorites. These are going to make some beautiful clusters. So of course I could not say no to that. All of the ferns and sprigs and greenery, I am a sucker for those. Next up, we have Scenic Coast is the paper pack. Some of these I've had longer. This was the prize that I won at Onstage, so it's already in my little paper holder, the Kato paper holders from Amazon. They are always linked down in my description box if you are looking for them. But these papers are gorgeous, and you can see the reflection of the like iridescent foil that's on top of them. I also really love that the backsides on these papers are some really subtle patterns that I think are super useful and beautiful colors that match perfectly. I'll try and capture there. You can see the shine coming off the water there. So pretty. There are 8 sheets of each of these patterns in the pack for a total of 48 sheets. So there's a ton of options in here. I cannot wait to play some more with this pack. Here is a card I already made with this one, and I love with the everyday arches, and then I used an embossing folder in the background. That little wave design, the name is escaping me right now. Horrible remembering the names. And then I do have the sequins, which are right here. These are the Sunset Sparkle sequins, and you can see what those look like. They have a really nice shift to them. Just some really beautiful pieces of paper. Look at that. So that is going to be so much fun to play with. I cannot wait. And then there is a coordinating stamp and die set. As you can see here, we got the stamp, Sunset Coast, and the coordinating dies. These 2 layer together. These 2 water ones layer together. We have like a little sun right here, a couple little boats. And then some really nice sentiments to go along with these as well. And then the dies, let's pop that open. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. So these cut out the circle with like the boat and the little water waves below it. Same with this one. There's other dies kind of slotted in here. We have some seagulls and some little seashells, but this one has the lighthouse and it's connected to the circle. So this all cuts out in one piece. We have some little fences here, some netting, and then of course some pieces that cut out the stamps as well. I'm going to be making some cards with this for sure, and I'm sure it will make its way onto scrapbook page. I'm really excited to see what I can come up with using this collection. Next up, we have the Valley in Bloom collection. So I have the papers here, and I did get the paper pack with sticker sheet. So I'm going to show you the sticker sheet first. Big title options, lots of florals, some really nice sayings to go on your pages, a couple of border strips down here, little wordy bits. So pretty good usable sticker sheet to go along with this. And then here are the patterns. So bright and springy, really pretty. Lots of greens and yellows. A little hint of Blackberry Bliss is the purple in here. This is beautiful. And some more neutral. This one is like a whole frame all the way around. That would make a gorgeous single page layout or a feature on your layout. This is gorgeous too. Would work for so many things. I'm definitely thinking outdoor photos, family photos. When you have like leaves and neutral patterns like this plaid and stuff, it can go all kinds of directions. There are also some embellishments, and these are really pretty. I'm going to open this up. These are called shimmering dots. Sorry for the package noise. And I'm hoping, oh yeah, you can kind of see it in there. There are like little iridescent flakes in there in all three of the colors, but the green is really showing it the best. But all three of the colors have those iridescent flakes in there, and just such bright, vibrant colors. So that is a fun one. There is also Stampin' Die bundle that goes along with this one. I did not pick that up. And then there is a scrapbooking workshop kit that also coordinates with this. All right, we're gonna shift gears here. I have stamps and dies to share with you and a couple of tools. So we have the basic black hybrid ink. This is a new black ink pad that Stampin' Up has brought out. This is just like a pull apart style, and it is meant to work with all kinds of mediums. So you can use it with water to do like watercolor, but you can also use it with your alcohol markers to color, and it doesn't bleed. I haven't used it with water yet personally, but I have used it with my alcohol markers, and I had zero issues with bleeding just coloring on White Willow cardstock. Some of these pads are really tight when you first get them, so you want to kind of open it as if it has a hinge on the side. See how I'm like taking and just cracking it open from one side? I had no problem opening it. If you try and lift the lid straight off when it's brand new, you might have trouble getting into it, but just give it a little squeeze and open it this way and you should be fine. There are also some new gel pens. Comes in a 2-pack. They are 1.0 size. I'll grab a sticky note here. And they flow actually pretty well. I have not used these yet, and they flow pretty good right out of the pen. So that will be fun. Lots of like doodles and detail highlights and things like that. Next up, I have the Storykeeping hybrid embossing folder. So this is one of those embossing folders where there is a die that fits inside this. Now these are all really good for scrapbooking. That's why I picked it up. We got title options: Celebrate, The Story, Life is Sweet, Love This, This Is Us, Capture This, Good Times. So really usable things. And then this is the set of dies that comes with it. And there are 2 sheets in here. So we have some like standalone kind of everyday dies. I don't have any music note dies, so that's kind of nice. And then I'm just gonna peel this off of the backer. I do put my dies onto magnet sheets. I just find it easier for using them to do that way. And then we gotta flip this around. This does not clip in, but it does kind of like nestle in. You'll be able to tell if it's kind of sitting in the right spot or not. It sort of locks in, but it's not locked. So what you do is you put your paper in, then you close that and put it through at the same setting you would use for like a 3D embossing folder. and it will cut these out and emboss them at the same time. This looks fabulous on like foil papers and things because you get lots of shadows and highlights, but you can do it on all kinds of colors. And I just really was drawn to this because of the usability for scrapbooking. Since that is mostly what I do, I'm always looking for the products that are the best for scrapbooking, the most versatile, and I think this is gonna be a good one. Okay, here is the embossing folder I was telling you about. This is the Floral Spray 3D embossing folder. This is one of the big sizes. I think this is like 5x7. Let's see here. Oh no, I'm wrong. 6x8, and it's actually a little bit bigger than that. It's like 8.5, but it is so beautiful. I went back and forth on this one. Let's see if you can see it. No, that does not help us. Here, this is better. You can see the design in there. So I am so excited to use this. These big ones, they're so big. You could definitely do a panel for your scrapbook page, because like a 6x8 or 8.25 or 8.5 or whatever is big enough that that would sit on your page beautifully. And I could see combining that with all kinds of things. What first popped into my head was the in color pearlized paper. How gorgeous is that gonna be embossed with this folder? So I just had to pick it up. Here is another good one that I think is gonna be super popular because birthdays are always on the list to scrapbook, right? We have the stamp and the dies for balloon festoon. We have our little confetti images for the background or for stamping on the balloons. We have, of course, some great sayings. This little like swirl looks like streamers, that kind of thing, and then a stamped balloon as well. And just wait till you see these dies. They are so cool. Look at how big that is. Oh my goodness. So we have this huge balloon, and then we have, you know, they just get smaller and smaller. You could do a whole background on a layout of just like balloons in different sizes and then cascading your pictures across the page as well. We have these little shapes here, which you can die cut them out and use them as the like highlight, the shine on the balloon, and then the balloon strings as well. So I think this is going to be super usable, and you can use them on your cards as well. But, you know, I'm looking at this through the eyes of primarily a scrapbooker, so I always look for the scrapbooking applications. This set here is the one online exclusive, May online exclusive that I purchased. Splash and Relax. We have the stamp set and the coordinating die set. We do a lot of like down at the lake in the summertime, out in the pool, those kinds of things. So I felt like I will get a lot of use out of this. We have like an inner tube ring and a beach ball, and then there are stamps to layer over top. So these ones both layer over top of this inner tube, and this is a shadow to stamp beside it, so you can actually create shadows. Same with having a little shadow here for the ball. And then this little weird shape here is actually handle. So if you want to stamp handles, and I think there is, yes, there's dies as well. So you can stamp and die cut little handles to put on your inner tube. And then of course, some fun sentiments. Some of these would work for scrapbooking, and some of them are definitely meant more for cards. Let's pop open the die set. Tell you guys, I had such a hard time deciding what to order from this release because there's just so many good things. And my creative brain can always see possibilities in everything. So sometimes narrowing it down to like the top favorites can be really hard. All right, so we have our little tube and ball die here. This is for the cup. So you can have like your little like Frappuccino cup with a straw or a Slurpee cup. We have flip-flops here. We have a visor, and we have 2 layers for sunglasses. This, I think, is probably a layer to go on top of the cup. That one, I'm not too sure. I have to figure out what that one is for. But really fun summer theme. And this will go beautifully with some of the paper that we have. It's also going to work beautifully with the new stencils. So I'm just going to interrupt what I was going to show you next with the masks, or stencils, as I will probably forever call them. These are big ones. So the outside measurement on this is probably like 12 and a half or 12 and 3/4 inches. The open space in the center is 12 inches. So these are big stencils. You can put them down over your layout and ink blend or apply whatever mediums you want over the entire 12 by 12 background. So these are definitely created with scrapworkers in mind, but anybody can use them, right? You can make lots of card panels out of this big design. And at Onstage, they showed like creating a water look with it. And so, you know, layering this little inner tube over top with your pool photos. It was also used as giraffe print. It would make great like rocks. So there's lots of different ways you could use this stencil. And then this one here is like a very usable pattern. You could use these as journaling lines. They're like tiny little dots in lines. How I would probably use it is like in little bits coming out from my clusters, coming out from behind photos and just inking like bits and pieces of it. The nice thing is you can put it over your whole background. You know, you can kind of think about where your photos are going, and without having to move your stencil at all, you can do the inking where you want it, and you don't have to like do it, move it, do it. Like you just set it down once, do the stenciling you want to do, and then move on. So I think that is going to make for some fun summer pages. Here we have the phrases and frames, stamp and die. So we have some sentiments here. This set is kind of nice because we have like outside sentiments as well as some larger inside sentiments. So you really have what you need for the front of your card and the inside of your card. There's anniversary, birthday, thinking of you, have a fabulous day. That could be for anything. And then the phrases and frame dies are fun. These are part of the new impressions dies. And so they cut out like a normal die would, but then if you use an impressions mat, you can get this to be more dimensional and you like emboss it essentially with a second pass. I will be showing this in my videos, but I'm going to show you some samples I've made with this. Now please ignore my impressions mat is a little dusty because I have done, you know, some cutting and stuff with it, so it didn't stay pristine black, but this is the impressions mat. It's like a rubbery or silicone type mat, which allows your paper to be embossed by the dies. And so what that looks like in person is a die cut that has dimension. So it's not just a flat die cut, it has all these raised little areas. I took some gold paint after I had cut this and then used the impressions mat with it, and then I took some gold paint on my finger and just ran it over the raised details. Aren't those pretty? Another great way is to use it with foil papers. This is the earth and tone metallic foil paper, and you can really see how the light catches all that dimension. Here is one of the smaller ones, and I love the kind of pillowy look it creates. It's really fun. Here's this one. So beautiful whether you're doing cards or layouts. It's just like another fun thing to play with. And there is another set which I didn't get that has a really big floral impressions die. And if you have a look at that online when it comes on May 5th, you might want to pick up that one as well. It has some beautiful detail in it. But I had to draw the line somewhere. I have a couple of sentiment sets here. These are ones that we got at Onstage. This is great because you have all the different family members, mom, dad, son, sister, wife, all the things. And then we have sending salutations. This is where I got the here's to a new chapter that was on that card that I showed you. And just some really great options for your cards. That is everything I have to show you today, my friends. Remember, this comes out May 5th, and then you can see all of it for yourself. There's 3 more paper collections that I did not get that you're going to want to check out, as well as those scrapbooking workshop kits. Now, if you're ready for some crafty inspiration, you can check out this video here, and I'll see you again soon with another video.